In 1969, Milton Friedman asked economists to imagine something absurd. A helicopter flies over a country and drops cash. Fresh banknotes fluttering onto every street, into every open hand. What happens next? He meant it as a thought experiment, an extreme case to sharpen thinking about money and inflation. Half a century later, with interest rates pinned at zero across the rich world, central bankers were discussing it in earnest. So, what is helicopter money precisely? Two machines welded together. The government sends cash directly to citizens. That's fiscal policy. And the central bank pays for it by creating new money, not by borrowing that must be repaid. That second part is everything. Monetary financing. The money supply expands permanently and the cash lands in pockets immediately. Why is this the ultimate weapon? Remember the liquidity trap. Cut rates to zero and the economy can still refuse to respond. Banks won't lend, borrowers won't borrow. New money just piles up in the mattress. Helicopter money skips the entire broken pipeline. No banks, no loans, no waiting. Demand delivered directly. And here's the crucial line that separates it from QE. When a central bank does QE, it buys bonds, and in principle, it can sell them back and vacuum the money up again. QE is reversible, written in pencil. Helicopter money is written in ink. Money dropped is never recalled. That permanence is exactly what makes it powerful and exactly what makes it dangerous. The idea crept from fantasy to respectability. In 2002, Ben Bernanke, later Fed chairman, invoked Friedman's helicopter in a famous speech about preventing deflation. The nickname stuck for life. Helicopter Ben. In 2016, he laid out the conditions where a drop makes sense. Conventional policy exhausted, fiscal room blocked, inflation stuck below target, break glass. Only then, and then 2020 came, and the glass cracked. The pandemic response was the closest thing to a real helicopter drop in modern history. America mailed checks directly to citizens, $1,200, then $600, then $1,400, while its central bank simultaneously bought government bonds by the trillion. Formally separate. Economically, a helicopter hovering very, very low. The results were the whole theory live. Demand snapped back within quarters. Asset prices surged, and then inflation arrived. The largest burst in decades. Controlled eventually, but the lesson was carved in stone. The helicopter works, and the bill is real. Because that's the deep problem. Once the cash is out, you can't undrop it. If demand outruns supply, inflation accelerates, and your remaining brakes are weaker. Worse, for emerging economies, the danger doubles. Print at scale and your currency slides, importing inflation through every barrel of oil. A helicopter that reserve currency countries can risk can wreck a smaller one. And there's a quieter casualty, the wall. Modern economies spent decades building a separation between the mint and the treasury, between those who create money and those who spend it, precisely because every hyperinflation in history began with that wall coming down. Helicopter money, by design, opens a door through it. Open it once in a true emergency with rules. Perhaps fine. Leave it open, and you've rebuilt the machine that destroyed currencies from Weimar to Caracas. India's 2020 response stayed on the careful side of the wall. Direct transfers to Yandan accounts, expanded rural employment, while the RBI separately bought bonds. Adjacent, never merged. But here's the irony. With Aadhaar and direct benefit transfer rails reaching hundreds of millions instantly, India is technically better equipped for a precision cash drop than almost any nation on earth. The machinery exists. The wall, wisely, still stands. So hold the paradox. Helicopter money is the most direct, most democratic, most certain stimulus ever conceived, and the most dangerous to normalize. The most powerful tool in economics is the one you must almost never use. If this changed how you see a stimulus check, there's more where that came from.